Hello everyone, this is Pam, Rose City Stitcher, coming to you with my February update. Today is Sunday, March 2nd, so I'm ready to show you what I stitched on in February and show you my March plans. Also have my kitty, have a fun game that I'm going to do to pick my WIPS that I hope you enjoy. So thank you so much for stopping by. I'm glad that you're here. Hope you enjoy seeing everything that I've stitched on and what my plans are. So I'm going to go ahead and get started and show you my one finish, which I mentioned in January that I would probably get finished. And that was my Loads of Love. So I did finish this. This is by Primrose Cottage. Stitch on 14 count Artiste Ada with the called for threads. And I think it turned out really good. So I didn't get it fully finished, but I did get it finished in February. So that's my one finish. So then let me show you my WIPs. My first WIP I'm going to show you is my WIP call. Remember, I'm doing all of my Fancy Ladies and my Mill Hill kits as my WIP goes. So the first one was Fire Goddess by Joan Elliott. And this is stitched on a Moselle 16 count, no name. And there's my progress. I stitched on the gold part of her cape here. So I stitched on all of that. It was a lot of color changes, so I didn't get quite as much done as I thought I would, but oops, it did turn out good, I think. So still have a ways to go on this one, but glad with the progress that I made. I stitched on that for 4 days. And then next, I had told you that my other call was going to be the Native American Brave, and I really wasn't feeling like I wanted to stitch on that one. And I continued to not want to, so I am going to UFO this one. So just don't really care to stitch this anymore. So there's how far I had gotten. So that one's gonna just rip that little bit out and use this fabric for something else. So because that was my WIP go call, I had to do something else. So I had to stretch a little bit, but I did find what I feel like would be considered Fancy Lady, and that's Aurora by RATM, because this Aurora is Sleeping Beauty, and there is a dress, and there are little fairies. So I'm counting this as my other WIP go call in place of the Native American Brave. And so this is on a Pole Stitches fabric, 28 count, and there's my progress. So I stitched on all of this right here, all this greenery. I stitched a lot. It's like I was really enjoying this one, and I had a few good nights where I was able to stitch a pretty good bit. Now the fairies, I changed it to my own colors by picking the fairies from the Disney movie and Maleficent, so they are different. So I changed the hair color, and I also used some Petite Treasure braid for their wings so that they would sparkle a little bit. So I did make that change on these. So I do plan to finish this one this year. That is my goal, because I don't lack a whole lot on it. So once you get going, it goes pretty fast because it is pretty routine. So anyway, so if you look, I just have this part to finish, so not too much left. Okay, and then of course on Sabbath Sunday I was working on my Lizzie Kate Choose Joy. And this is on I think this is also on an Artiste fabric, and 14 count. And there's my progress. I thought I'd finish this in February. I got pretty close. So this will definitely be done in March, because all I have left to do is a border down here and a border down the side on there, and that'll be done. So trying to figure out where the camera's at. So yeah, not too bad. Doing good on this. And I'm using the DMC. I'm not using the overdyed floss. I'm just using DMC for this one. And then my last one that I stitched on, I was kind of in the mood for spring. So I decided to pull out my Bunny's Bakery by It's So Emma. And this is for Stitchers Quarterly, I believe from last year. And it's still on the Q-snap because I was working on this one yesterday. And there's my progress. And this fabric is, let me see what this fabric is called. Let's see. Oops, that's not the fabric, that's the floss. Let's see. Magical Clouds 14 Count Ada by Fabric Flare. So I like it. So I'll be pulling this one out hopefully in March because it's springy. So that's what I worked on in February. So before I get started showing you my plans for March, I'm going to just show you my haul real quick. It's not very much. I'm just really not buying very much. I'm happy with everything I have, so I'm not really motivated to buy anything. But I did get 2 patterns because they were on sale. And these are from Zana Cross Stitch on Etsy. The first one I bought was this one. This is, I think, called Purple Princess. I just love her dress and the castle. It's so beautiful. So I bought that. And then I got this one also by Xana's Crosses called Gothic Roses. Again, just beautiful, beautiful dress. I just love that. So I bought those 2 patterns off of Etsy. And then Joann's, of course, is closing. And I did have a gift card to Joann's, and I found out the gift cards weren't going to be any good after Friday, so I did go this week and got some fabric. So this is a pink opalescent, and then this is kind of an orangey cream color, 14 count Adas. So Charles Craft. So I bought those. The floss wasn't on sale, so I didn't really want to spend the money on that, but these were 20% off, so I went ahead and got those. So that's my little tiny bit of haul. So let me go ahead and dive into my March plans. So first off, my Sabbath stitching. Since I know I'm going to be finished the Choose Joy very soon, I will be picking the Plum Street Samplers. This I know. I'll be pulling that one back out. And this is on a Mushroom Lugana. And there's my progress on that. So it's coming along. So the church is a lot. So I do some of the church and then I go and do some of the leaves. So that's what I'll be stitching on Sundays after I finish the Choose Joy. And then my WIPS calls were for Snow Fairy, which is by Joan Elliott. I got this out of a magazine. And it's stitched on a white opalescent. 16 count. And there she is. As you can see, she is all stitched. All that needs to be done is her back stitching and the beading. So I'm planning on working on her for 4 days. So we will see what I can get done. I don't know if I'll finish her or not, but hopefully I will get some progress made on her. So she's so beautiful. And this is one of my oldest WIPs, so I really need to get her done. And the other WIP Go call was the Mill Hill Kit Conch Shell. So that's button and beads. And I've got a lot done on this one. there's my progress on that one. But you can see it's kind of full coverage. It's all covered, so I still have all that blue to do. So it's still going to take a little while. I don't think it'll get finished in this month in the 4 days. But it should have some pretty good progress on it. All right. So those are my 3 for sures that I'll be stitching on in March. So that brings me to my game that I'm going to be doing. Now, I can't take credit for this game. This game was actually created by Becca Books and Bujo on YouTube, and she uses it to pick her books for the month to read, her to be read books. So that's what she uses it for, and she has the prompts to help her choose her books. But I thought it would be fun to use her game to pick my WIPs, doing the same thing, having different prompts and then picking WIPs. So that's what I'm going to do. So here's my board. I absolutely love it. So you can see this is my deck of WIPs. And so let me just tell you what they are. So if I pull a 2, it's going to be a WIP with words. So to find a WIP that has words. If it's a 3, I will pick a seasonal project. A 4 will be a full coverage project. 5 would be a new start. 6 would be a book WIP that's part of a series. 7 is going to be a WIP with a border. 8 would be a holiday project. Instead of just seasonal, it would be an actual holiday. And 9 will be a WIP with an animal. And then 10 would be a random generator. I've got a decisions wheel, and I've got my 25 main WIPs on there, and I would spin that wheel. Jack, it will be a house. Queen will be a fancy lady, so I'll pull another fancy lady out. And king will be a kit. And then if I get an ace, of course, ace is a free choice. So that's my game that we'll be playing. So we're going to go ahead and pick 5 cards, and then each WIP I will work on for 3 days. So this will give you more things to see, because that'll give me 8 WIPs to work on. So that'll be my 2 WIP Go projects, my Sabbath stitching, and then these 5 projects each 3 days. So that'll just be, plus that'll allow me to touch a few more of my projects. I feel like they're just really languishing. I'm just stitching on 1 or 2 projects and not touching the rest of them. This will give me a chance to touch more of my projects. So let's go ahead and get started with my game. So I've got a deck of cards here. So we'll go ahead and shuffle the cards. So shuffle them up. And if I pull a joker, jokers don't count. So I'll just put the pull again. All right. So here we go. All right. First card. Let's see. Jack. Okay, so Jack is a WIP with a house. All right, so I pulled some of my projects out here so we can see. Let's see which one I'm going to stitch on that has a house. Let's see. Let's see what I like to do. Oh, here we go. So I think what I'm going to stitch on is my Adjust Your Sails, because that one does have houses on it. Okay, let's see. I'm going to keep the glare. It does have houses. Actually, I've stitched the houses. Some houses. So there's my progress. This is stitched on Twilight Dyed Effect by Fabric Flare. So that's what I'll work on for 3 days. So that's project 1. All right, let's pick again. Let's see my cards here. Let's see. A 3. All right, so let's look at what a 3 is. Okay, 3 is a seasonal project. All right. So for seasonal, I think I'm going to work on this one. This is winter time, so winter is a season. This is another one of my Stitcher's Quarterlies. And because this I have the tiniest of starts. I don't even know which, I think it goes this way. So that would be a good one to get 3 days in and make some progress. So I think that's the one I'm going to pick for seasonal. All right, so that's 2. Okay, let's pick another one. Let's see. 8. So let's see. 8 is a holiday project. So for holiday, I'm going to go with a Halloween project. One that I've been wanting to get back to. And that is my Mary Rotter's Spelling Lesson by Silver Creek Samplers. I really like this one, and I haven't got much done. I have, again, the tiniest of starts, so I'd really like to work on this one. And I'm not sure what this fabric is. I know it's a fabric flare because it's white on the back. But other than that, I don't know. So there we go. So that's 3. 2 more. All right. Let's see. A 2. Okay, 2 is a whip with words. Oh, you know what? I could do the Halloween one because it has words and spend 6 days on that. That's what I could do. Or the other one I had pulled out that I was kind of also wanting to do was because it was kind of springy. And that's S is for Strawberries. By Little Dove Designs. And because this is all I have done on that. And this is on Celadon? No, moss. 14 count moss. So you'll have to see which one I decide to do. If I do the strawberries or if I double up on my Halloween piece. So we'll see. I'm excited. See what I do. All right, one more. All right, let's see what we're gonna get. A queen. So that's gonna be, of course, a fancy lady. So I thought about that, and if I got fancy lady, what I was thinking of actually doing was going back to my fancy lady new start that I had done, because she won't get touched again this year, because she was already called. So I think that's what I'm going to do, so she'll get some more love this year. And that's my Tammy by Brooks Books. So that would be great. If I could do 3 more days on this, that would be great. So I think that's what I'm going to do for my fancy lady. I'm going to pick her because the others are all on my WIP Go, and this one was already done on my WIP Go. So I think that's what I'm going to do. All right. Well, hope you enjoyed that. I did. I'm very excited about my WIPs. I feel like I have a nice variety. So I have my fancy lady, my S's for Strawberries, my Mary Trotter's Spelling Lessons, Winter Time, my Adjust the Sails, and then my 2 WIPS projects. So yes, I think that's going to be great. I'm very excited about my month. I feel like those were some really good choices, and I really hope you enjoyed my game. I did. I think it's going to be a fun way. And what's good is these are just on little stickers, so I can change my prompts anytime I want. So if I decide I don't like a prompt, I can easily change it up to a different one. So yeah, so hopefully you enjoyed that. And I'm going to go ahead and get started on my stitching because I'm excited for this month. So I hope everybody has a great Sunday and hope everybody has a great March, and hopefully everybody's enjoying some nice spring weather. And I will see you at the end of the month. Bye.